are this kind of cryptid character. How many stories are there where there's a town, something bad is happening, and the stranger blows into town?
Greetings, boys, girls, and all non-binary friends.
Well, howdy, NearlySeniorCitizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, son of a gun. Yes, indeed, it is going to be sunny. It's not gray and diffuse outside and then going to become a hot sunny day. No, it's starting off sunny, so I haven't looked at the weather forecast. I don't know how baking it's going to get, but I can tell you as soon as I'm done recording, this light's turning off. This light over here is turning off. The door, not a window. That would be weird to have a window there. The door is going to be wide open for the fan outside. The fan in the window is going on. And of course, we are having the people come in to finish working on the bathtub in my housemate's master bathroom. And then they're going to go downstairs and start work on where water has damaged the ceiling, and they've cut holes through the ceiling so they can see what's going on. So, not great that way, but still, hopefully, over soon. And of course, front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. Hey, if you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very awesome. Hey, if you could leave me a comment, that'd be very, very cool. And why not? Hey, I would like to thank every single one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without their help, I would be hosed like a literal Christmas monkey. And trust me when I say that being hosed like a Christmas monkey is not the way you want to be hosed. Oh, it is the worst. But without these people's help, I and my pets would be in bad shape. So thank you very much. If you'd like to help me out, become a patron. There are links in the video description. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's links to a PayPal. And if you'd like to help me out without sending any money at all, there's an Amazon wish list with things like cat food on it. So thumbs up, thank you, and front loading of videos over. So Hoagie Smokes, yes indeed, they did the first part of the job yesterday. The whole house was vibrating at some point. They had to cut apart the plastic and such that was holding the tub together. I mean, because it was a big one of those one-piece things. And they had to cut it apart and drag the chunks out. I don't know how they're going to be doing it now. There is an independent bathtub in there now, and it's got just drywall around it. So I don't know how they're going to fix that to make it into an actual shower instead of just a tub. But we shall see. We shall see. But hopefully that's going to get done, and then hopefully the house owners will decide that they want to get their walkthrough done soon, and then things can get back to normal. We're almost there, and we're getting there, and ooh, I am heating up already. Just from the lights, all the electronics. I'm a 100-degree furnace, and boy, I pump out heat. I overheat quickly, so thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, looking on my list, I do not have a ton of stuff on there from the things that I've done yesterday, because I didn't do a lot yesterday. Number one, the heat. Number two, falling asleep, because I sometimes do that. Number three, no ADHD meds in me right now, and just, with the pressures of everything going on. But things are slowly getting better, so that's good. I did do as much as I could. I played some video games, and I'm going to talk about one thing that I think is really cool about that. I listened to music, I went on walkies, I tried to be as creative as I could, so things have happened. Now, about the whole video game thing first. I'm going to talk about that one, then my med manager thing. I've been playing the demo for the game Turbo Overkill. It's a thing where you can replay older levels, but not everything resets. And I can't find the blue key that you're supposed to have to get through doors anymore. And so I don't know what's happened. So you can't officially finish the first level if you don't have the blue key. And I can't find the blue key. But I was reading up on the game, and the developers were talking about the various things you could do, and one of them was you can charge up your shotgun. If you charge up and it'll go chunk, 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 And then when you fire at a distance, it takes all of those charges and blasts them all at once in a huge area effect blast. You can also use that to rocket jump, and it doesn't hurt you. Oh! When I was bouncing around on that first level trying to go, what am I going to do? I noticed that there was a spot that you come around when you get the blue key and you go through a door, you come up and around a corner. I was looking at that corner because next to it there is a column with this stuff attached to it. And I was looking at that and thinking, gosh, I wonder. And then I swam out to there, jumped up onto some of that stuff that was surrounding the column, charged up the gun, rocket jumped. Then you can double jump after that, guide yourself with a dash, and I was up onto a layer where I bypassed the blue doors. The game was soft locked because I didn't have a blue key and I couldn't get through the blue door. Because I went around it, double jump, rocket jumped, and shot myself over this way, I bypassed the blue doors. So you run around up here and there's nothing. Go back down to where the blue door is to trigger the various things, come back up, and now it's filled with the bad guys and the mini-boss. So I was stuck. And I feel really proud of myself for having broken the game to bypass the blue door so that I could still continue. Yeah, I wasn't able to take out all the bad guys. Yeah, I'm jumping past some stuff that I wish I wasn't jumping past, but instead of being soft locked, I went around. I didn't actually break it, but it was a really, really nice feeling to go, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I'm thoroughly frustrated, and then boom, boom, queep, and around the problem. So thumbs up for that. Now for the bad part. Oh boy. I had my med manager appointment yesterday. 3 o'clock was the time. I had been anxious about this since over the weekend. Because of my ADHD and not taking Strattera even semi-regularly, so because it's not helping my ADHD as much as it should, I missed my appointment time. And my med manager called me at home. Thank goodness. And then we were able to talk. The fun part was she called me on our house phone. The house phone was ready to die, so she had to call me back on the other cell phone that I have, and I gotta remember to pay for that. Pay for on a monthly basis with Verizon. And then we talked and we did the appointment just over the phone. I'm going to be starting Wellbutrin. Wellbutrin is also an antidepressant. So I'm going to be getting an antidepressant effect from the Wellbutrin, plus it's supposed to be good for ADHD. I've been on Wellbutrin before, but this was back when I was married to my wife and she had just had heart surgery and my back had just broken to the point that I could no longer work, and I was still recovering from my 25 plus years of alcoholism and a whole lot more. I have no ideas if the effects of Wellbutrin actually helped my depression. I have no ideas if they actually helped with the ADHD. I was so broken during that time that I have no ideas if it helped or not. Now that I am more recovered and slightly less broken than I have been, I'm looking forward to it. Because, oh boy, it has been a nightmare ever since I have had to stop taking Ritalin. Ritalin, even though it was going to kill me, I was going to have a stroke and die, I could think while using Ritalin. Even though it was going to destroy my body, I have never come up with anything else that has worked as well for actual cognition and all that. So it has sucked. This has been the golden city on the hill that I can't even get close to anymore. It has been painful. Hopefully the Wellbutrin is going to work. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. But at least I got the mid-manager appointment done, and we're going to be doing that. And then, of course, I talked about that, and the only other, I was just that and thatting because I'm looking at my topics list. I didn't have a whole lot that got written down past what I have, and then the stuff that I've been thinking about for the various parts of my setting and the various characters and the settings thereof. I cannot remember if I talked about this because severe ADHD blows, and I would certainly like to be medicated again so I can remember things and I can concentrate and I can think. But here's hoping I have not talked about this, because I have mentioned before one of the big things about my cryptid setting is it is primarily about my struggles for identity, who I am. Because my worldview of myself and my past, present, and future has changed just 360 plus another 180 degrees. I've been doing, donuts down the highway at 80 miles an hour ever since I got this stuff figured out, trying to figure out what and who I am, where I fit in the world, because I had no idea I had ADHD. I had no idea I was an autistic person. All I knew was that my life has been a long, drawn-out, slow-motion, flaming car wreck. And then come to find out that if you don't know you have these things, and you do, your life tends to be a long, drawn-out, slow-motion, flaming car wreck. So finding out why this is all happening has changed everything, changed my vision of everything. That's why I can't even remember where I was going with that. This is the part again about ADHD I think is so wonderful. I have my whole life forgotten what I've been talking about as I talk about it. I used to think I was just an airhead. I didn't think it was anything other. Yeah, it's ADHD. So, I have been thinking as creatively as possible, and the cryptid setting is my struggles for identity. That really ties in with every single batch of characters that I have. James Baker, well, he used to be Jimmy Lane Baker. Now he's struggling to find out how he fits into the world as a 13th kind Bigfoot type cryptid. So he's struggling to find out what's going on. His friend, David Aliyah Ortega, who goes by Daff, has only just recently discovered that they are a cryptid. And their whole life is changed entirely because of that. Oh yeah, this is something that I had been thinking about and wanted to talk about. Not all cryptids are terrible in the setting that I have. It is a horror setting primarily for the cryptids, but not all of it is bad. I just write about the things where it's cryptids that have it horrible. Not all cryptids have it horrible. There are some cryptids where it's happy and friendly, and I can't remember exactly what I had remembered there. God's above, I love ADHD so much. But it's not all terrible. There are plenty of cryptids out there that are just happy and friendly and joyous, and it's fun, and they enjoy life, and it's not horrific. But I don't write about them because that's not a very fun story, is it? Some of the best stories that we ever have are those people that get kicked into the alligator pit, and then you see who crawls out the other side. If nobody gets kicked into the alligator pit, if there's no conflict, there's no story. So if it's happy and friendly, then thank you, but. So yeah, there's James Baker, who after becoming a 13th kind where you have to devour human beings, their shock and horror at it. Yes, I remember again. The type of urban legend cryptid that David Aliyah Ortega is, who again goes by Daff. They are the wandering stranger. Again, not all wandering strangers are bad. His type of cryptid he's wandering stranger, serial killer. But if you want to take a look at a whole bunch of movies, there are decades of type of movies of this type of cryptid, the wandering stranger. Most older type westerns, and probably a lot of newer type westerns, if they even make them anymore, are this kind of cryptid character. How many stories are there where there's a town, something bad is happening, and the stranger blows into town? And when they do, things happen. Good things primarily, possibly a showdown with the bad guys, and then when it's done, they blow out of town again. Wandering stranger. Not all of them are terrible, since again, we do movies about them. Sometimes they're really, really good people, just being catalysts of change, blowing around the world. They don't know why they drift, they just drift. Well, Daft didn't realize that he was a cryptid for a good, 13 years. He moved out of his home on the Razor's Edge out here to the outside because there wasn't enough cryptid energy. You feel choked, claustrophobic. You just can't survive on the Razor's Edge, and you don't know why if you're a cryptid. Not enough cryptid energy. You generally either live horribly and not very fun for your life, or you emigrate outside where it's free. It's freeing. Oh my God, you can breathe. Yeah, we're filled with cryptid energy out here. So, Daft from 13 to 27 spent that time just blowing around the world on the breeze. Little bit of money gets him everywhere. So he drifted all the way around the world. And of course, his type of cryptid sees everyone in the world as a potential victim. So even as a cryptid, where normally people wouldn't be able to interact with him, because he sees everyone in the world as a potential victim, everyone can interact with him. But that's just the cryptid part. The part that's just daft is he doesn't want to hurt anyone. He just likes to visit and talk to people and have fun. So he just drifted around the world until he found James Baker, who, ate a guy and was actually in horror because he'd woken up in the hospital and it was a cop being a jerk. And boy, he smelled good. And boy, he tasted good too. But James Baker isn't used to devouring humans bodily, so didn't react well to it. There's a lot more I want to talk about. Thank you so very, very much if you have stuck with me and listened. It is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you. I used my time here as a continued recovery from the death of my wife, from, everything. I have spent my life depressed and not doing well. But since I've been doing my channel, I've been doing a lot better. Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming along with me on this journey of self-exploration. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce or use the name, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, you've already seen my brain work several times this batch, haven't you? Juicy. Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up, thank you. And boy, things didn't go well in the latest Morrowind thing, but they went well. It was a blast. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you very, very much. And it is good to see you in the comments, my friend. Potato Mode Forever, thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. We have Kurai, greatly appreciated. Jack Lienhart, Lienhart, thumbs up and thank you. Logo 5, it is okay. I do appreciate it. I didn't mean to whine yesterday, but thank you very much and good to see you. Unbearable Suffering, thank you very, very much for the ideas and the bit of criticism there. Yes, indeed. Very, very, very good. Thank you. There is Floramu. Always good to see you in the comments, my friend. We have Ben B. Oh boy. The Texas heat is soon going to become the very lowest heat in most U.S. states, so yay. Falling Angel, thumbs up and thank you. We have Caleb R. Another good idea for Morrowind. I don't know why I spaced out on that, but thank you. We have Aiden, greatly appreciated. Samia Gulto, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. There is Bebwek. I sure hope I'm even partly close with that. Thank you very, very much. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. And that is it. 14 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciating it. Get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. So thumbs up on that. Well, and hey, I'm going to try and get some stuff done, but considering they're going to be making a lot of noise as they do stuff over there, I'm probably just going to be in survival mode for another day. That happens, do what you have to do to survive. And of course, the Covfefe bug is still out there and things are spiking, and of course there's new variants and people are starting to die more, especially here in the US, where we have decided that, hey, dying of disease shows you're patriotic. So, yay. Just be smart, take the appropriate precautions. You don't need to throw your body onto the end of life's corpse pile before you have to, just to show you're not afraid. So, until we meet again, you take care, have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.